little bit of TIG rod just to fill in a little bit of a gap that I got right here. You can probably see that gap right there. Use a little TIG rod, fill it in, and then everything works well. So I was trying to get my door to be able to one arm or one-handed open. It was quite heavy, and I saw how some people would add the counterbalance weight. I'm not a fan of it. I don't really like the way it looks on top of the grill, and I especially don't like the angle that this one is at. I've been working with it for a few hours yesterday and a little bit this morning, trying to get it to look at the right angle that I would like it to have been, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Although the angle's not terrible, it's not exactly angled like I thought it should be, but it does serve its purpose. So before, this door was so heavy that I could not get it open by using only one hand, and now, and that's with no weight inside the actual square tube up here. So I figure once I put some weight inside there, it should open even easier. And yeah, I think that's going to be all right. Although I'm still not a fan of it, it's kind of ugly. I'd much rather just a plain door. But it is what it is at this point. It's on there. I mean, I could always take the grinder to it and get it off of there if I need to. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it and fill in the square tube here. perhaps with some rebar or some scrap that I have laying around, and see how it goes. So one thing that I noticed yesterday when I was mock fitting this up, just tacking things into place, is that with the counterbalance weight, my chimney brace is no longer going to be functional because the counterbalance weight is actually in the way. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But as long as I can fold it down, I think enough to get out of the garage, I'll be okay. I think I'm going to cut the brace off there. That's one less thing I got to have sitting on top to detract your eye from, you know, the grill itself. So I am going to cut that off, and I'll just keep the hinged smoke back, and see how it goes from there. All right, so here's how she's sitting now. I got my counterbalance weight in place. Been experimenting with putting some smaller square tube inside that I plan on just tacking in place before I cap both ends to get the weight of it significant enough that when I lift up the lid, that it, you know, it balances well and it closes or opens, I should say, and stays open pretty well. So I'm liking how things are going. I don't like the barbecue emblem. It's not really centered. I think I rushed when I did that. So I do plan on taking that off and getting it centered on that firebox over there. And I have not yet taken off the brace for the folding stack, but I will get that eventually. Let me open her up and give you a look inside. One-handed operation now. I did add a couple of bars to kind of pull my door back into shape. It was a little out of shape and I didn't like how it was fitting, but now I have a pretty tight gap on the sides here and not bad at the bottom. Up on the top there's about 1/8 of an inch of a gap, but I believe that the flange around the outside and the flange on the inside will take care of that. At least that's what I'm hoping. If not, I might get some of the felt and put it around the door just to keep the smoke inside. But next week I plan on at least taking it outside for the first time and throwing some wood in there just to see how well it is sealed and see if there is any smoke leakage. And I'll put a video up of that for my first smoke. Like I said, I want to move this because I don't like how it's not centered in that door, in the square, I should say. And of course, since we're in Jersey, I gotta add my Jersey, state of New Jersey thing here on there, which I will get to this coming week. But nice. Got stops on there so it doesn't fall. These are actually stainless steel, expanded metal. I did go to my local metal supply place, J. Fazio's down in Glassboro, New Jersey. And they had some expanded metal number 9, 3/4 inch. It was like $50 for, I think, a 2x4 sheet of it. And it was a little warped, but hey, I mean, welding it on there was no problem. I figured I'd use stainless steel. I think it would be better for my food than metal steel would be. My little slide out rack, and I've got 2 racks at the bottom. So I'm looking forward to next week and getting some more progress done on this, and eventually lighting a fire and getting some food inside of this thing. Of course, after I get it sandblasted and cleaned out. But let me know what you think. leave me some comments. I'm always curious to see what other people think. And I'll catch you on the next one.